Hey everybody, I'm Chanel Herlin and you're watching the New Music Buzz. We're on the beach today shooting our promo because in June we'll be airing in Trinidad. On today's show, we speak to The Voice Season 12 winner Chris Blue and Alicia Keys. In our artist spotlight, we have Lost in Society, and we speak to some of the cast members from ABC's TV movie Dirty Dancing. So let me get back to work, but you guys, roll that intro. What an exciting finale of The Voice Season 12. Guys, I called it. Chris Blue is the winner of The Voice Season 12 and we got a chance to speak to him and Alicia Keys, so let's check it out.
That is really exciting. We're really excited. Like ridiculously. Should we sit or?
Yeah, I don't even know
what to do actually.
Where I am right now.
You look great though, man.
So do you.
You're sharp.
You came out with the gold.
Yes, I was like.
It's that's symbolic for we taking the gold tonight?
Yes.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yes, that's what it was. Although it's silver, like the whole voice thingy is kind of silver, but whatever.
It is, but it's okay.
Same thing. You know, Chris just has a really uncanny ability. I was just explaining to him right now that somehow, no matter how nervous he might be, because who wouldn't be nervous under that amount of pressure to really perform to that capacity, no matter how much he might be battling internally or that like we all do, somehow he gets out on that stage and he delivers in a way that's not only emotional, but it's powerful, and it's like, you know, he shows all sides of him, and I think that's what he really did on this show, and I've been really proud of that. And so I just knew, I just felt so good about the fact that he can take a moment and get centered and really put all his artistry in it and just leave it. And I feel like that's a sign of the greats. The greats do that. And so he is going to grow into one of the greats. I really believe it.
When you're being mentored by one of the greatest minds to ever walk the face of this planet.
Thank you.
Seriously, like she's truly a special human being. Our relationship has definitely grown over time, you know, as time kind of went along throughout the season and teams started to dwindle down, we began to grab more time with each other, and that's when I really began to feel the magic of the relationship that we have. She's been beyond phenomenal, and one thing I tell people everywhere, the light that you all feel on television, the pureness, the love that you feel, like when she smiles, you just feel like everything's gonna be okay, no matter what you're going through. She smiles and you're like, oh my, okay, everything's good. Like that's real. Like y'all can feel it right now. Like that's real. And like I don't know, I'm so honored. I really am.
Me too, man.
I'm so honored, and to be able to call her not only coach but friend.
Yes.
I think that's the most important thing to me, because I wanted to work with someone that, you know, I felt like actually cared about me. And I really feel like she cares about Chris. And that means a lot because I care about you a lot.
Yes, yes. He kept saying, he's like, I really want this for you, coach. Like, I really want this for you, coach. And then when we would do some things, he would say, don't do it for me. Do it for her. Like, he was real sweet like that. And I really believe that. And so that's our energy. You know, that's the energy. I said last night, let's create this man's career. Let's be the ones to say that we started Chris Blue's career, and that's how I see it. We, all of us that are fans of this show, that are invested in the show, started tonight Chris Blue's career.
Wow. Thank you all.
So much.
Hi Alicia, hi Chris.
Hi.
Congratulations. I'm Chanel from the New Music Buzz.
Nice.
Chris, your song, we're loving it. Money on You.
Yeah, man. Money on You
Yes.
is fire, by the way.
Fire, yes.
By the way, it's not
Boy
just
on
some
fire.
like cheesy little, like that's a joint.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that the kind of sound, Chris, that we can expect on an upcoming album in the future?
Absolutely. Stuff that makes you feel good and enjoy life, and that's kind of what you know Coach has been kind of preaching to me this whole season. Make sure you produce something that you feel Because if you don't feel it, no one else will.
Yeah,
you know?
straight up.
And so when I heard the song, like, I don't know, actually before I heard the song, funny story. I got the text message, and before I opened it up, I knew it was the one. And I said, that's the one right there.
Once again, there was a second song. I chose the second song.
Right.
and he said, you know, he was like, now I do like that song too. It's good because they were both very good. Probably that one will be on the album too.
Right, absolutely.
And he said, and he was like, but I really, there's something about this song that really speaks to me. And I said, you know, let's give it a second. Let's break it down. Let's play it on the piano. Let's like really hear the structure of the song. Let's really make sure. And I sat down by myself and I did that. And sure enough, the song he picked, I was like, he's right. It's the better song.
I think a really powerful moment tonight was your performance with Usher. Obviously, in light of the past few days that we've had.
Yes.
Can you just talk a little bit about that and how both of you as artists, something like that has affected you?
Definitely.
First of all, I want to say that was an amazing experience. And I want to just, you know, praise Usher for the person he is. And I don't know if many people here have been able to experience him on a personal level, but the moments that I was able to share with him, I was very impressed. I'm all about character. I was always taught, never let your gift take you where your character won't keep you. And his character, obviously, and
that's nice.
She, you know, Usher's been here long, Alicia's been here in the game long, and they're gifted and they can sing, but everybody can do that. And I think that one of the things that, you know, sticks out about these guys is the character that they possess, and that's special.
Thank you.
That's very special.
Thank you.
But yeah, he spoke to me in the back and he said, I want us to do this song basically because of everything that's going on. And he said, Chris, I don't want you to try to sing this song. He said, I want you to emotionally embrace this song. And when he said that to me, I said, you know what, you're right. I had been singing all day. I didn't have a voice. Like I was in rehearsal, like, hold on. He's like, stop it, you're trying to sing.
Right.
Don't sing.
Right.
Emotionalize. And so that's what we did. We wanted to capture that.
Yeah, and just to chime in on that, you know, that was a very clear vision of Usher's, and I'm really happy that we landed on that song. Everybody Hurts is such a beautiful song, and it's been actually kind of difficult because there's such a sense of joy, obviously, in this process for Chris and his, you know, his blossoming throughout these past 2 nights, and then you think about all these people that have gone through such a tragedy, and you know, as a mom, you think about, you know, one day my kids are going to be at a concert of their favorite person, hopefully Chris Blue, and nothing like that. You never want anything like that to happen. You know, you never want that. And there's so much going on in the world that every day we turn around, and there's more lives being lost, and it's really hard, and it's a harsh reality. It's a harsh wake-up call. So it has definitely been an emotional roller coaster here. You know, we've been like, you know, but I think that is the beauty of music. That is the power of music. It helps us to remember and see the greatness, the goodness in ourselves, because I think sometimes we see so much negativity, we forget how much goodness there is. And there is goodness in the world, and there are good people in the world, and most of us are good people, you know. So, you know, we all try not to forget that. But yes, it has been a very tumultuous 2 days.
It has.
I do want to end things on a light note, Alicia, because, you know, Blake and Adam, they talk a big game. How's it feel? Be honest. How's it feel to beat Blake? Come on. You beat Blake. How do it feel, Alicia?
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's been a great dream of mine. I gotta be honest.
Take it to church!
It's a great dream of mine to put a whooping on Blake's show. And I couldn't wait for the day when I can say, Blake, and Lauren is phenomenal, by the way. I'm so proud of everybody that was on that stage tonight. This whole season has been such a beautiful group of people, and Lauren is especially special. So it was wonderful to see you both up there together, and I am proud to be the winner of season 12.
More new music buzz after these messages.
Come on,
In our artist spotlight, we have Lost in Society, and we got a chance to talk to them in downtown LA, so let's check it out.
What's up, everyone? I'm Zach from Lost in Society, and you're watching Buzz Artist Spotlight.
It's nice of you to keep exploiting all these people working hard just to live check by check, sinking down into a hopeless debt. How did this get started? 'Cause I want to know, yeah, I need to know. When you take what you get and you don't look back to you.
I wanted to start a band since I was like 10 years old, and I remember having like a little piece of scrap paper that I just wrote a bunch of names on. And you know, eventually when I did start a band with Nick when we were 13 or 14, we had a bunch of names, and that was one that stuck, Lost in Society. You know, it was between that and Keep the Change, which is like the worst name ever. You know, we're not a huge fan of our name even so much, but it's just, you know, a little too late to change it now.
A lot of bands.
Yeah, a lot of bands don't like their names. So we came out with 2 songs on a flexi vinyl. It's called Kid, which is the lead track off of it. It was the first song we wrote after the last record we put out, Modern Illusions, which we put out last year. And we'd been wanting to put it out for a long time because we played it forever on so many tours. And you know, it's not even at this point a new song. Like, it's new to a lot of people, but to us, it wasn't. So like, all right, we just got to get rid of the song. Like, we love it. We want to put it out for people to hear it. And we got offered to do Punk Rock Bowling, and then we got offered to do a few days of Face to Face, which we just got done with. And we're like, what better time than to lead off the tour with a little release, you know, so it's not as expensive as doing a full record, but like to get the press around it and, you know, make sure people know that we're still moving and buzzing, putting out new material. So we just popped in the studio with Pete from the Bouncing Souls, and we went in there in one day and we recorded both songs. And you know, we had Seymour mix it, who he did a bunch of the Bouncing Souls stuff, and Kalajian mastered it, and he's done a ton of great records that we love. So we got a really good team behind this record, and you know, we called up Big Picture Media again, which is why you're here. And yeah, so we decided to put a little campaign together, and we're really excited about the vinyl. Well, to be honest, it's cheap. So as like, to be super blunt, just to like have something, because you know, vinyl is coming back. It's outselling every other type of media nowadays, and it was just a cheap way to put out 2 quick songs, and it's just like a cool little thing. Like, people like having that physical thing in their hands. Maybe not a CD, like no one cares about CDs anymore, but just to have that, like, it's a little like collector's piece, you know.
Everybody listens to music online now anyway.
Yeah.
So it's more of just an in-hand kind of thing.
That, and it's easy, like if somebody comes to the merch table and they don't necessarily want to spend $15 on a shirt, they can drop $3 or whatever. How much we sell it for?
$4.
$4, and we'll take 3. We'll take $1 if you really. That's all.
No, we won't. If you buy me a shot, you can have one for $1. There's a lot of low-end tour songs. You know, we're a 3-piece, so like, one of the best compliments I think we ever get is that we don't sound like a 3-piece. We sound like there's way more people on stage. We fill out the sound very well. Like, we figured out what tones complement each other. And it wasn't just something that, you know, we even talked about. It was something that, you know, over time we were just like, this sounds really great. Let's just keep working on this. Let's like move in this direction. Just like all unspoken things, like that we kind of just like give a head nod, like, yeah, that was cool. Like, let's go more in that direction. So I think we've gotten a little bit on, like, as we've gotten older, like more in like the lower end, but like the guitar's cut, the bass sounds like almost like a second guitar half the time, and then just like big boomy drums. It's just like a full sound. So if you come see us live, it's just, you're gonna see a lot of energy. Like, we're running around, like, I'm sore just about after every show, and yeah, lots of energy. That's what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get a dull moment. Yeah, so we got a few days left. Tomorrow we head to Punk Rock Bowling. We're playing on Sunday with Bouncing Souls, Bad Religion, Fiddlar, tons of great bands. Iggy Pop's playing tomorrow, which is insane. We could finally get to see him. So that's what this whole tour kind of based around. We were lucky that at the start we got the face-to-face offer, which just kind of miraculously worked out. And so then we do about a week afterwards, we hit like Austin, Oklahoma City, Memphis Punk Fest, which should be really cool. Pears are playing that, Pez, Subteens, a bunch of really great bands. And then we get home and we decompress for a minute, and then we just go right back to writing the next record. We got about like 16 demos right now. Our aim is to get to like 30 and just pick the best from the bunch, record a ton, and put out a record at some point, maybe early next year. That's, you know, we'll definitely do a bunch more shows this year. I don't know if we'll do a full-on tour. We haven't talked about that quite yet. Maybe like a week or two here and there. A couple festivals we have possibly lined up. And, you know, just hit the road like we normally do a couple local shows, and, yeah, just keep trucking.
After a tour, like, we come home and kind of, like, you know, get together and regroup a little bit.
Yeah, we'll take, like, a week away from each other. Well, not them two, because they work together. But not that we need it. We get along super well on tour. But then we'll just be like, all right, let's regroup, figure our lives back out, and then we'll get together and we'll crack open a beer, get some pizza or tacos, and just talk about the next 6 months and just figure out where we're going from there. Melody first. Yeah, I'll usually have, so when I'm writing, I usually write like a chord progression, unless I just have a melody in my head, which has happened more recently. And I'll just sit down, I'll write a chord progression, and then the melody will pop in my head, and then usually with the melody will come like random lines, and if I like that line, I'll write the song around that line. I'll be like, oh, this relates to this, and I'll kind of finagle that. Other times I just sing nonsense for like, most of the demos that we have, I don't have any lyrics for. I just make them up on the spot when we're demoing them, and most people don't even notice. They're like, oh, those are pretty cool. I'm like, I don't know what I said. So yeah, definitely melody and lyrics first, because I always find it difficult, at least for me, to take lyrics and then fit them to a melody, because you got to move all this stuff around. I just think it's easier to move the words to the melody. Personally, we're everywhere. We're just at Lost in Society is just about everything. So
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. Everything.
LostInSociety.com is our website. Yeah. Hey, my name is Hector.
My name is Zach.
What's up? I'm Nick, and you've just been buzzed.
What we are setting out to do with community is not just about making shoes, but it's about using the shoes as a tool to help build the community.
What we really wanted to do was make a business that was better for the people that were involved in it.
We're a company that feels very strongly about community, and we're selling shoes as the vehicle to help support important issues that are happening within the community.
$10 from every pair of shoes that we sell gets applied to our mission.
Those platforms are homelessness, the arts, and education.
Part of that is making the shoes here in the local community in LA, right across the river.
There are shoemakers in LA that have not had a chance to demonstrate their craft. We can change that. And our motto is, choose well and make them last. These will be your go-to shoes, regardless of the situation. First, we started with Italian leathers. We have this high elastic EVA midsole, cable stitch detailing, your Ortholite insole for breathability, and our little signature hit with this hand-painted thing. I don't want to call it a thing. It's a heel tab, hand-painted signature heel tab.
We know that homelessness and violence in our communities are issues that need immediate attention. We want to contribute to long-term sustainable solutions to these issues. And we've partnered with Youth Mentoring Connection, Street Poets, and the People Concerned for the Homeless to help us do that. These groups work to provide self-worth and dignity to community members, providing them with a hand up rather than a hand out. We can help provide jobs to community members, and we can help Street Poets, Youth Mentoring Connection, and the People Concerned save lives. And of course, we're excited to provide amazing, super cool, long-lasting community shoes, handcrafted in our own backyard.
Need fast cash? Go to cityloan.com or call 877-553-9071 to borrow $3,000 or more with the equity in your payoff vehicle. Your car is your credit. With City Loan, over 99% of City Loan customers are in good standing every month. So call 877-553-9071 now, and if you sign up for a loan, you're going to receive a free gift card. Don't forget to mention promo code TVAD to receive your gift card, and also don't forget to follow City Loan and Facebook at City Loan Community, and follow us on Twitter at City Loan. Now back to the New Music Buzz.
The ABC remake of Dirty Dancing aired this past week, and we got a chance to speak to some of the cast members at the Paley preview. So let's take a look whilst I practice my lift.
What's your name?
Baby.
One of the most beloved dance movies of all time becomes the next great television event.
Watch me now.
From the choreographer of Hamilton, with a star-studded cast, comes the musical for a new era.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Gosh, congratulations, celebrating 30 years of the film. I mean, this must be so exciting for you.
Oh my gosh, it's everything. I mean, growing up watching this and then to be here now, it's beyond. There's no words for it.
Oh yes. Well, we're getting little snippets over here, and so I actually can't wait to see the full thing.
It's so, I'm trying to answer questions, but it's so good. I just want to watch it. And I love this song. I've been wearing this out on the pre-order for the record, because this was one that they actually pre-released. Jake Quentin Johnson, Sarah Hyland singing Bob Dylan's song. Oh my gosh.
But I need to know, you got to tell me, how was the classic lift? How did it go?
It was amazing. Oh my God.
First time, first good?
Oh, well, we took some time to practice it because she had never danced before, so she had to learn how to do that. But when she trusted me, when she ran at me for that, I knew she was going to be able to do it. It was only her that didn't know, and that's the beautiful part about that lift is, trust.
It's been good. I'm excited. It's been a long time coming, and we had a great time working on it, truly, a really beautiful time. So it's nice to just have it out, and we can be like, okay, cool, there's the story. Because the story's not over until everyone sees it, until you're like, okay, good. No closure at all. So now we can finally get a little closure, and yeah.
Now, I don't know how old you are, but I'm assuming you weren't born yet when the original came out.
Yeah. Close. I'm 24, so yeah.
So is this something that you've always wanted to be a part of, a movie that's so well known? Is this a dream job for you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I love musicals. I've always been a fan of musicals as a kid, and I started doing musical theater and dance and performing when I was about 9 years old. So musicals have been a big part of my life, in developing my kind of creative energy. So the fact that we're taking this movie and turning it into a musical was really exciting, and all the dancing, so doing ballroom training and all that. I mean, I love it. I mean, I grew up dancing, and so it's kind of surreal to be a part of something like this because it's a bit historic in a sense, and I think that it's kind of baffling. I still don't know how I got here, but it's cool. I guess we'll roll with it.
Yeah. When you read the script, what were your feelings? Did you notice the differences? Were you excited?
Totally. I think when you first hear the title, Dirty Dancing has such a great magnitude that you were a little trepidatious, a little scared, but the script was phenomenal. Jessica Sharzer did an amazing job, and you just wanted to keep on finding more. You wanted to find out more about the characters. Hollywood's a tough life. I take back everything I say. It was really exciting, and then the group that they got together, we all love each other, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. How did you guys deal with the pressure? I spoke to Shane earlier. How do you deal with the pressure? Because, everyone is so excited to see this. They know the past movie really well. So how did you guys deal with that?
We don't leave the house. We try not to talk to anybody. You're the first person I've talked to in
special.
A year and a half. I can't handle this pressure. No.
You're used to it.
You have to have fun with these things, and we really trust the process. We think this is a great addition to the Dirty Dancing world. So I hope that everyone sort of finds that too.
Hi, this is Shane Harper. You've just been buzzed.
When the tide races the shore, hold on to me. When your heart is hurting, you can't take no more, hold on to me. When you're sinking under and it's getting harder to breathe, hold on to me, hold on to me. Baby, ride my way, won't you come my way, make me feel okay. Hold on to me, hold on, 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 hold on to me, hold on.
ever since I started living out of a suitcase, I've been on a search for best boombox, the best way to travel, and over the years, I've tried everyone. You know, most of the boomboxes, you know, they got the lights and all that stuff, which is fine, but all I want is something that sounds great and is roadable. And this new generation that you guys are have brought out, it hits on all cylinders, I have to say. I mean, it's probably the best sounding for classic rock. I mean, the ones that I'll actually put my name on are they'll have a few little tweaks here and there, but in general, I mean, there are no knobs to break. It's like, I mean, I was playing one that was, I don't even know if it was on the market yet, but you had given it to me, and I've been using it for the last year. And the bass was so solid, the sound, it bounced itself off the table and hit the floor, and it didn't skip a beat. It's taken the place of equipment that's 2 or 3 times its size, you know, with no giving up on the sound, you know. I mean, one of them's great, but I've gotten 2 of them going, and it's like, forget about it.
So that's all we have. A special thanks to The Voice, Chris Blue, Alicia Keys, Lost in Society, and the cast of Dirty Dancing. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, double tap on Instagram, and follow us on Twitter, all at The New Music Buzz. I'm Chanel Herlin. Have a lekker day.
I don't even know if we hit the ground running. I think we hit the ground jetting because, you know, we're ready to get it. Being out here, indulging in this process has enabled me to embrace hard work. And so that's kind of my world now. And my mindset going in, and I kind of got on to about this, what is, you know, we won The Voice last night. And that was last night. And we enjoyed the moment. But today's a new day, and it's time to you know, hit the ground going full speed. And so that's what's next for us. We want to go ahead and get music out, start working on music, and start making history. You know, I feel like any of the top 4 had a pretty high chance to win. 25% chance for each person that was standing up there. And when it got down to it being 50-50, all I could think about was, man, Lauren is killing it on iTunes, and everybody loves her, and she's super nice, and she's super sweet, and gosh, man, I don't know.
The New Music Buzz is brought to you by Monster Products, pure Monster quality with Monster sound, Rock and Roller Suitcase Turntables, Vinyl's new best friend, and City Loan. Get cash for your car today. For more music entertainment news, go to www.thenewmusicbuzz.com.
Peace out.